Greetings, friends. Chance Candide, at your service.
I'm Rook.
Ah! Taya and Viago have mentioned that you can be trusted, and I require assistance. The Blight has piled itself onto the streets, choking off the city. We cannot have it. I will mark where it is worst. Please, go and clear it away. But be cautious. We do not have a good idea of what lies inside it.
Offer, Dweller. I will answer.
What? You're hungry? I found a yam in the kitchen. Stubborn just means you'll starve.
Trouble settling in?
Doing the best I can. My job was to keep the Griffins safe, not fix their dinner.
I meant Asan.
Oh. I guess we're both adjusting.
Then where did Asan and the others come from?
Way I heard it, someone found a journal a few years back that mentioned a secret clutch of eggs. They'd been hidden for centuries, protected by a ward. Started hatching and out came 13 talkative griffins. Now, down to just one.
Well, a confused griffin should fit right in around here.
Appreciate it. There's no training manual for them anymore.
I guess we'll figure it out together.
Griffins don't trust easily. Lancet and Remy had to work to win them over. They said a warden and a griffin have to move as one. Think as one. They call it Turlum, sort of unity. But now, they're both dead.
Why'd the Gloom Howler attack the Eyrie?
I intend to find out. First it stalks wardens. Now it's after the griffins.
Don't worry. You and I have a deal. We'll find them.
Appreciate that. Though it sounds like you've got your hands full around here.
Just a tad.
Elgernon and Gillenane. Hard to believe.
Can't be easy hearing your own gods are ending the world.
Elves have enough trouble. Don't need this on our heads too. But I have to say, killing a monster is one thing. Taking down the goddess of all monsters and the god of vengeance while you're at it?
I know. Our problem around here is we think too small.
Okay then. Good to know the boss can laugh about it.
Not really. But dwelling on things won't help.
What? I told you. It's yams or nothing.
Or maybe you need a new menu.
When last we spoke, you were hunting for followers of Elgernon and Gillenane in hopes of finding specifics. Has your search been successful?
You could say that. It looks like both the Venatori and the Antam are working for Elgernon and Gillenane.
Unsurprising. The Venatori want magical secrets, and the Antam want to destroy anyone opposing their brutal expansion. Both will readily bow to anyone who promises them power.
It's more than a promise this time. The Antam and the Venatori both have dragons doing their bidding.
Dragons? That is worse than I had feared.
Yeah. We drove off the one the Venatori brought into Minrathis. Barely.
Have you determined how the dragons are being directed? If it is blood magic, it may be possible to disrupt their control.
The dragons were blighted. We think that's what let the gods control them.
The Blight. Of course.
The Blight seems to be the gods' favored tool right now. We ran into Venatori who could control Darkspawn.
Elgernon would not bestow such power unless the Darkspawn were to serve as the main force of his army. And I suspect Gillenane will see the Darkspawn as new subjects for her modifications.
We've already run into a few Darkspawn nobody has seen before. That's in addition to the blighted dragons.
That is the fate Elgernon and Gillenane planned for this world then. Corruption and blighted slavery.
Right. Everyone should be free and uncorrupted when your demons and raw magic kill them.
Do you truly believe my goal was to destroy this world?
I believe your goal, like you said, was to transfer the gods to a better prison. The one you're stuck in now. And you were willing to tear down the Veil and destroy this world while you did so.
The Veil is a wound I cut into the Fade in a moment of desperation, while making their prison. It should not exist. I had a host of spirits ready to help when the Veil fell. It would have minimized the loss of life.
Do you have any idea what you sound like? You could have actually saved the world from the Blight. But instead you chose to kill thousands of people with your vanity project.
It is not vanity. I broke this world. I am the only one who can fix it.
Spoken like a god.
I am not a god. I am as I have always been. A man. All too aware of his failings. But equally aware that if he did not act, accepting the judgment it would bring, all would be lost. They call me the Dread Wolf. What will they call you when this is over?
I've got enough problems right now as it is. That's one for future Rook to deal with.
Pragmatism. You will focus on the present, knowing that someday you will face the consequences of your choices. I believe I can work with that. If the gods are using dragons, you will wish to find someone trained to fight them. Have you unlocked the Lighthouse Illuvian?
Yes, we found the crossroads. It's still confusing, though.
I cannot help you from in here. You may need to find an expert in the magic of the Fade. And if the Darkspawn are to be Elganon's army, you will need Grey Wardens to fight them.
I've got a few of them. Their leaders don't trust me right now, though.
I have faith in you, Rook. You seem to have a knack for gaining the cooperation of your adversaries.
Solus thinks we need a dragon hunter and a Fade expert.
I wouldn't trust the Dreadwolf, but he's not wrong about us needing a dragon hunter. I've been a warden for a while. Seen some pretty awful things. But what the dragon did to Treviso? I'll never get that out of my head. Lucanus stayed. Said he'd be back soon, but at least you took care of yours.
We heard it, but didn't kill it. The dragon flew off before we could put it down.
A dragon hunter would have helped him in Rathas, that's for sure.
Then we find one. Next time a blighted dragon comes calling, it'll be the last time it comes calling.
We can't forget the second dragon in Treviso. We should see how we can help, but we're without Lucanus until he's done helping the crows. Who knows how long?
Hey, let's not get stuck in our regrets, all right?
Just so we're clear, you're taking advice from this elven god, Solus. The Solus who tried to tear down the Veil? You really trust him?
Trust is such a strong word, you know?
So you don't trust him? All right then.
So a Fade expert and a dragon hunter. I'll ask around about dragon hunters and see what turns up. Come talk to me in a bit.
And I've been corresponding with someone about the lighthouse's reverberative oscillations and the resulting dimensional peculiarities. Oh, sorry. Not relevant. I'll get a message through to a Fade expert immediately.
See, Rook? Nothing to worry about.
All right, we all know what to do. Let's get going. Hey, Hassan.
Rook, I was thinking of taking Hassan for a walk. He could use the exercise. Chance to stretch his wings. Thought you'd like to come along.
If that dragon had taken Mimrathus, I hate to think what the Venatori might do with that sort of chaos. A lot of people are alive. A lot of people have a chance.
Abundance.
So I put the word out for dragon hunters, and I've heard back about someone who might work. It's a woman named Tosh from a group of Ravani treasure hunters called the Lords of Fortune.
Sounds promising.
An agent for the Lords said that Tosh is working on a mission for them along the Ravane coast. If we help her, she'll be free to join us and fight any blighted dragons the gods throw our way.
What do you know about what's going on in Ravane right now?
Not much more than you do. Varric and I never went there while hunting Solus. The Kunari were on pretty good terms with Ravane, but that was before the Antam military broke away from the rest of the Kun. I wouldn't be surprised if the Antam invaded Ravane like they did Treviso and Eastern Tevinter.
All right, guess we'll be ready. Thanks for finding a contact. There can't be that many professional dragon hunters around.
Time to find out if the crossroads can get us to an alluvion in that area. We'll head out whenever you're ready.
Okay, Balara, what's your lead on getting us a fate expert for the team?
Good evening.
Greetings.
Rook, so we need a fate expert. I've been writing to a senior mage who fits the part. But right now he's on an expedition, so I reached out to his colleagues to find him. This is Lady Myrna and Vorgoth. They're necromancers. Mournwatch ones, I mean.
Your friend's request for a fate expert was urgent. How darksome are things outside Navarra?
We've seen terrible magic. Old magic. It'll get worse unless we step up.
I see. Balara's correspondent is Professor Emmerich Volkarin, a fate expert and powerful psychagogue.
You will need him.
Where can I find him?
The professor is currently delving the shrouded halls in the Grand Necropolis. We will grant you passage to look for him. Where the dead. Lately they grow restless.
sign of the professor.
I hope he's here and that he doesn't mind us disturbing him. He is a senior necromancer. I don't... Oh!
What a marvelous surprise! Any trouble with the lift? Our last guests were stuck for hours. Poor souls. Oh. Professor Emmerich Volkaren of the Morn Watch.
Hello, Professor. We've never met, well, in person, but I've been writing to you.
Belara, my dear girl, what a pleasure. Surely you didn't come all this way just to see me.
Actually, we did. You see, we need a Fade expert.
I'm Rook.
Charmed.
I liked that bit with the flaming skull.
It's nothing, really. Just an evocation of the flame of the last steps.
Looks great.
Thank you. You know, I'm never quite sure how these spells strike someone from outside Navarra. I'd be pleased to continue our conversation after I tend to some small business here. I must investigate. Would you two mind accompanying me further into the shrouded halls?
Toward that screaming?
Something's gone awry in this part of the necropolis, Rook. The dead stir more easily than they should.
Oh. Are these warts?
Indeed they are. But what's caused the aphotic needles to fall into a slumber?
Oh, I'm pretty handy with artifacts. I can take a look.
That would be good of you, Belara. Your friends and I will press on.
Right, Professor. Good luck.
Something's moving. Up ahead.
Strange. These halls should be under the protection of the bell.
Is that a despair demon?
Fascinating, isn't it? They shouldn't be able to breach the shrouded halls at all.
Take your word for it.
We've company. Careful, Rook. Look, it singled you out.
What? Where'd everyone go?
Vital we discover why that spirit manifested here.
Lead the way, Professor.
Someone's barred the door and chained the sunken star.
There's undead here.
We may need to defend ourselves, depending on their condition.
Haven't fought undead in a while.
With no reaching these, they're mindless.
So you can't control them.
I'm afraid sometimes the weaker dead work themselves into frenzies, poor things.
Emmerich take this round.
I must free that bell.
Need some help?
Thank you. The star, the bell, can banish these despair spirits if we unchain it. We'll need a wisp to unseal the doors leading out. Could you please find one and bring it here?
Okay. How?
Give your greetings, and the wisp will follow.
Hello.
Wisps are the simplest of spirits, but quite helpful. Bring the wisp here, and we can unseal the doors.
The wisp's gone.
Their attention drifts. It should reappear where you first found it.
Doors open. Where to now?
This should lead us to the upper chambers, where we can free the bell. There's someone I'd like to consult with on the way.
So, Professor.
Just Emmerich, please.
You weren't that surprised when you need a fate expert.
The spirits talk. Even the simplest have been clamoring about chaos in the Fade. Someone coming to consult wasn't an if, so much as a when.
Can't get along. Would you look at Rose? We're under fire. Not too bad.
Brooke gets that one.
Time is yours. Is it now? Do this again.
It's over.
Chilly in here. Courtesy of a demon.
Echoes of the despair spirits. Misery devouring itself. We should keep our distance. If provoked, these manifestations will shatter